Now, I was going to record, a bunch of different Gran Turismo races and put them all into one clip, but this race was nuts, okay? Honestly. So basically, I'll set the scene for you guys. I've literally just finished this, just finished racing. We was at Gran Turismo, and this is the daily race C. We're at Interlagos with Group 3 cars. And I'm using the Peugeot RCZ, very quick in the corners, but it lacks the straight line speed that like stuff like the Nissan GTR has and the Tenza. A lot of people are using the Tenza. Fastest lap is about a 130 point something, but you know these guys are not too far off. So going into this race, I qualified 12th, and I thought to myself, okay, let me see how fast I can be. I know that I was quite quick in qualifying, but I kept bottling it, so that hence why I'm so far down. But if I wasn't, I'd probably be about 5th or 6th. So I knew that I could make a few places in the beginning. So that was kind of my thought process towards this. Now, coming into this circuit, this is an F1 circuit, so again I knew this circuit, but obviously with cars like this, you got to remember that they're not F1 cars, so you've got to brake a bit earlier. You've got to turn in at different paces. You can't go flat out through certain corners because it doesn't have the same downforce. And also we don't have to use a bunch of different compounds of tyre. It's just hard tyres and a race straight to the finish. Now my car's quite good on fuel. I couldn't understand why some people came into pit, but nevertheless we'll see that later on in the race, as now we get into this race. So I'm starting 12th here. I know I can pick up some early positions because people are stupid drivers. You remember I'm in the D class, so I'm still yet to win a race in Gran Turismo, which annoys me because I know I'm good. I know I can. I just keep bottling it. And as you can see, the RCZ qualified 2nd, so this car is quick enough to get up there. You just got to be good enough. But anyways, it's a rolling start, ladies and gentlemen. And excuse me, I would just want to say, if you do like this kind of stuff, you can stick around, like and subscribe, of course. Try to get to that magical 1,000 number. So thank you guys for joining me. But 3, 2, 1, and away we go. And I got quite a good start, to be fair, as I'm already in the back of ICS Prestige, the Belgian man. I'm gonna try and take it easy. Try and take it easy for the first corner. I managed to go up the inside of the German there, and as you can see, there is absolute carnage in front of me as another German goes off the circuit. I try and avoid him as much as I can. We're up into 9th place out of getting off the SHAREfactory. Now this French guy is dirty as hell. Look at him. Look at him. See, this is the thing. You'd spend more time as I go past these guys, and I get into 7th place, but you spend more time you spend more time trying to hit somebody off than actually just racing and defending your position. Like, being dirty loses you time, that's the thing. And also I'm not editing this race either. This was just nuts. I'll rather take you along for the ride. But either ways, I'm in 7th place, ladies and gentlemen, and up next is a guy called Tom Budokan. Either way, he's another Brit, so I'm going to try and go up his inside as he goes wide. So I'm going to try as much as I can to try and get up there. As you can see, I'm quite close up to the leading pack. Everyone apart from first is quite close together, so I'm going to try and maximize my my speed. As the Brit goes wide there, as Tom goes a bit wide, has a bit of a shaky moment coming out of the last corner, and then it's just a lovely sweeping last corner up to the line here, and that completes lap 1. First place has got the fastest lap so far, and we're about 7 seconds away from that, 6 or 7 seconds, as we go into the SHAREfactory once more. And there is more carnage as another car, Mercedes, goes wide, and he has a bit of a shaky moment, a Dutchman there, and we're going to be right in the back of these guys as Tom has a bit of a shaky moment trying to pass him as well. And now we're up into 6th place. So now the the question is, can we, as we brake a little bit early, and yeah, we bottle it, of course. Just a bit too overzealous, I guess. End up making contact, and the contact was enough for me to spin. So now I'm back to 11th place, and you'll see this is a recurring theme. This is the thing. I know I'm quicker than these guys. I know I'm quicker than these guys. It's just these stupid ass mistakes that I keep making, or somebody, keeps hitting into me. So either way, I'm back to my qualifying position. I'm in 12th place. Have a bit of a shaky moment. We've got a Viper up front. Now, this was my problem. A lot of in this game, the tow is very powerful. So the minute you're behind the car, say within a second, you make up the time like that. But with a car like this, I have to be literally right on their ass and have a good traction out of the corner like this for me to stay close. As you can see, these guys slowly start to pull away. This straight line speed of the Peugeot just doesn't have the straight line speed, and you can see it now. They're slowly starting to pull away, which shouldn't normally be the case if I picked a quicker car in a straight line. But either ways, I know now that I just got to maximise myself through the corners. Nice little pass up the inside by these guys, and these guys are going to have a little bit of a fight. So I'm going to try and come around the outside, take it a bit easy. I accidentally tap him, and that gives me a 2-second penalty. Now this is my problem, and I'm glad you didn't hear me through as I go up the inside. I'm glad my mic was muted, because damn, I was cursing like hell, because like I couldn't understand that. A 2-second penalty for a slight little tap, and this has been a common theme throughout, not just me but guys like Super GT. If you watch his videos, he's been seeing people, and it's happened to him as well. Slight little contacts, or you get hit, and the person that gets hit gets the penalty. Like, I don't know, maybe this is the thing now. I've just accidentally wreckfested that McLaren, and I don't get a penalty for it, but yet the slight little contact gets me 2 seconds. But nevertheless, we move. I was going to quit the race, but I thought, you know what, we move, okay. Let's try and gain back as many positions as we can. We can still get a good result here. At the end of the day, I'm still above my qualifying position, so as long as I beat that, that's okay. But we're in 8th place, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, we've got to slow down for our penalty. We get a 1:37.3 as that lap, and we go into center S's again. We're catching up slightly to the green Nissan GTR of the Italian there, but obviously we've got to slow down. So this is a bitch, because we got to undo all of our hard work essentially. As we slow down for our penalty, all these guys go past. So now we're back to square one, and it's 10th place. We still go wide for some reason, and now we're 11th, and now we're back to 12th, back to our qualifying position again. So again, I'm telling you, this is going to be a recurring theme as we try and go up the inside of the Atenza here. A little bit of a touch on the inside, a little bit of a more contact, but we get the move done. He hits me out the way, which again, I kind of deserved that. I tried to race as cleanly as possible as well, that's the thing. I tried to race as cleanly as possible, but here we go. Now we're going to catch up with the little Spaniard in the McLaren. Now again, this is a car where I'm going to have to get really close for the corners, because otherwise this guy is going to come back at me like it's nothing. Like it's absolutely nothing. So here we go. I'm going to try and send it up the inside to no avail, as the Spaniard gets a brilliant exit out of the corner. Excuse me. And he's on his merry way, but I know we can catch up because he's got his 1-second penalty. So if I keep close enough and really give it a good run for his center S's, I'm going to have a bit of a chance to get back into 10th place and get back into the top 10. As here we go. In fact, I'm going to try and send it down the center S. It wasn't meant to be. Now here we go again. I'm going to try and get close. Stay behind him. Again, a little bit of contact. And that gets me a 1-second penalty. He comes up inside the Mercedes, and that gets me 4 seconds. 4 seconds for that. Lap 5, this race is done. I'm up his inside, but like, what's the point? 4 seconds for that. For a little tap on the McLaren. And then I'm pretty sure I got pushed into the Mercedes. And that gets me 4 seconds. Prolifically, we need to talk, man. I love this game, but this is the one thing which just completely messes the game up. The penalty system is trash. And it's weird because it's like no matter how hard they try and change it, it seems to get worse. You know what I mean? Like, that's one thing they struggle to get right. And this is the first Gran Turismo game I've played in ages. You know, the last Gran Turismo game I played was Gran Turismo 3, and then I played Forza for the most part. But yeah, the penalty system needs to fix up, man. But either ways, I'm going to try, again, we move. Let's forget about it. Let's try and get as many places back as we can. So again, I'm 2 seconds behind the Swiss guy. I'm not going to begin to pronounce that name. As we break for the Celeresses once again, he makes a little bit of a boo-boo. And now we can close ourselves in now. 2.5 seconds, 1.7, 1.6 seconds. As he's fighting with the other guy. I think that's a Porsche Spanish guy named Jordi. He's got a half-second penalty. But we're going to get up alongside him here, trying to make the pass. Obviously, he's going to get ahead. And the Atenza goes past as well. And as we break for the next left-hander. Again, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. As this French guy tries to say hello to my little friend again. As he hoped to try and ghost me then. I saw what he tried to do. He tried to hope that he ghosted me. And that the ghost didn't end. So basically he hoped that the ghost did, as I go wide there. He hoped that when he finished ghosting, I'd go right into the back of him. I don't know what it is though, but maybe it's just me. But the French guys don't take losing very well. They are the most dirtiest drivers I've ever seen. It's normally the French guys. As the leader goes in for a pit stop. Now, I don't know whether he was so far in front he decided to get cocky and going for a pit stop, but like there's literally no need. Or if he was putting for fresh hards, because again there's no need. You can do this on a no stop. So I didn't quite understand his logic there, but either ways, he's still out in first place, so can't really argue with him there. As we go into lap 7, braking one more time, and now my job now is to hunt down these guys as much as I can. And these are some of the best laps I managed to put in. As here we go down the back straight once again. Fastest lap so far is a 1:35.2. 30 minutes into this race. It's about a half an hour race, but my god. Here we go, as we set a personal best in the first sector, and we close in on the Atenza. The French guy, I don't know what his name is. Again, I'm not going to attempt to pronounce it. The preview screen is quite small as well. But either ways, there's a bit of a fight going on. So now we have the opportunity. Now, I could be an idiot and, you know, make a dive down the inside for one of these guys. But again, there's no point. Because I'll probably end up getting a penalty for a slight touch. So I decided to play it cool. I'm going to wait my time as the French guy dips a wheel on the grass there. And he goes right into my clutches. Now, I know I'm not going to beat these guys in the straight. So what I decide to do is hang tight here, stay with them, and then pass them on the back straight when I get a penalty. As you'll see, that will pay dividends. These guys are going to start to pull away because this Peugeot doesn't have that straight line speed. But we will soon be back in our clutches as we get a good line through the CLRS. That's our main goal here. As here we go, 1:37.1, fastest lap yet from ourselves. Couple seconds off the leader. As here we go, these guys struggle to brake and get the car in order. I'm going to take full advantage here and get a bit of a double overtake on the back straight here. As these guys slow down for their penalty, I'm going to whiz into first place. Sorry, into 7th. and then I screw it up and miss my braking point. So now I'm back to 8th. And the French guy is going to just sit behind me here. So now I've got to pull out all the stops here. I've got to pull out all the stops. That's my main goal. A good 6 places on the cards here. So that's what I'm going to try. As I go up the inside, make a little bit of contact, but I would normally show my sportsmanship and let him pass. But after the race I've had today, I couldn't be arsed. I'm not going to lie. I really couldn't be arsed. So I just got on my merry way and said, you know what, see you later. Let's try and catch up with the Nissan GTR in front. These had quite a quiet race up to this point. Jolly Roger, 1784. He's had a bit of a wobbly on the last corner, and I'd say monkey see, monkey do, as I have a bit of a wobbly in the last corner. And here we go up to the finish line now. The gap is about 1.5 seconds. But I make a bit of a boo-boo. And now the Spaniard is right behind me. 3/10 now to coming down to 2. He can make a bit of an effort down the inside here. I managed to defend myself, but he's coming around my outside again. If you see from the radar. Managed to fend him off for the time being, but this Porsche is quite quick, so I'm going to come under fire on the back straight, and here comes the Porsche, which is a very good all-round car. Quite quick in a straight line and quite good through the corners. I try and defend myself, but to no avail. To no avail, as he ends up going into 7th place. So now I got to do all my hard work again as I break through this double right-hander here. Again, losing touch with him now, so he's about a second in front now. So I've got to make sure, you know, that I'm good. I'm good. We can still salvage this race. We're not going to get 5th. 6th is the best position we can get. Okay, we can salvage this race. I mean, yes, the tyres are starting to kick in a little bit, but we can still salvage this. We can still salvage this. As coming up to the last corner, and the Jolly Roger, he feels a bit of pressure. The Italian feels a bit of pressure, and now we're up into 7th again, and now it's just a 2-horse race. Obviously we've got a Brit behind us, but he's not that far. You know, we can easily maximize the gap if we get it right for the first corner. That was me checking my fuel, because, you know, I was thinking, hold on, you know, why are people making pit stops? But either way, we go to the center S's, and we are not closer. Have a bit of a bad run, but Spaniard is able to pull away. But as far as I'm concerned, it's me and him now. It is me and him for 6th place, for that magical Super GT place. But either ways, here we go as we break into the left-hander. Have a good run, or not, because I go wide. And to make matters worse, we get a time penalty for exceeding the track limit, which I think there's a fine line between 4 wheels off the track and going wide, and they probably thought that I was trying to maximize my time, but I just simply went wide. I don't know what to tell you, but either ways, I'm like, okay, let's not let that doubt me. Okay, we still can win this. You know, we can still be in there like swimwear, definitely. And the only way we can do that is if we drive our wheels off in these next couple of laps. So we're about 2 seconds behind, and my goal now is to absolutely drive the wheels off this thing and get as close as I can, so the 5.5 second penalty just doesn't seem that bad, and I can catch him up for the last lap. So with the plan in action, your boy's got a job to do, and that's get 6th place. Okay, they say nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition, alright, but today we're gonna do one for the British Empire as we make a good center rest there. Coming up to the back straight now, where I'm gonna have to take my penalty. But the most important thing is, guys, we've closed the gap. It was about 1.8 seconds. It goes back up to 2.2. But again, it was still a personal best. through the first sector. So that's an important thing. As again we come up to the sweep. I don't know the corner names apart from the center X, but I think one's called like Jung Chao or something like that. I love the Brazilians, but either ways, as we break into the corner here, into the little hairpin, it's probably the slowest corner on the track. The Geordie, or the Spaniard, is starting to feel a bit of pressure. I.e., we're starting to claw it back. We're starting to claw it back here. The Peugeot is starting to nibble away at the Porsche's lead here, as it's 9/10 in the next sector. So again, the half-second penalty didn't do much, which is exactly what I wanted. But either ways, for the first time in this race, I'm actually pulling this guy in. I was in the tow enough for me to claw back, as we can go 6/10, 6.5 tenths now, as we come up to center S for the last time. Personal best in the first sector, so in the last sector, in the last lap rather, 35.7. As here we go. This time it's all or nothing as we close in the back straight. He's going to eke out a little bit of a lead, but he's not getting away from us anytime soon. As again we're in his toe, coming into the left hander, 3/10 faster in the first sector alone, and we're clawing him in. Reminiscent of I'd say Lewis Hamilton in 2008. We're gonna wait for the last corner. But either way, I'm closing. Imagine I'm Lewis Hamilton and this guy's Timo Glock. Okay, we are closing this guy in like a mofo. Okay, we are absolutely, as he goes wide, he goes wide, and we're gonna try and hang it round the outside. But again, the Porsche's got the better grip. Porsche's got a better grip. We're gonna try and dive it down the inside. See if that works. And again, the Porsche manages to live to fight another day. I'm going to try and hang it round the outside as I try and get 6. No, so I try to cut back into the last corner. I'm going to Lewis Hamilton it. Here we go, up the inside. And 6th place is mine. Oh, so I thought. But the ghost worked to my advantage. And he tried to give me a little tap for good measure to say, get out of my position. But I get out. But the job is not done yet, as he starts to close back in the straight line speed. It's going to be a 10th. He's going to be within a 10th of me, but I'm just going to hold on to get 6th place. What a race. What a race. Honestly, that went right down to the wire. I had to fight for 6th place there. And again, he clearly the computer was like, yo, we don't want to take the L here. Let me just barge into him one for last time. But what a good race that was, honestly. Sorry, I really enjoyed that race. That was just a nuts race. Penalties, good battles. Wow, this race just absolutely, you know, was awesome. But a 6th place finish, up 6 positions, but we're still without a win on Gran Turismo. Still without a win. And that needs to change. I actually have a race which was of a couple of weeks ago in Fuji, and I'm going to show you guys that one next episode, because that one was the closest I'd say I'd have to winning. But again, we'll leave that for another day. We get a gift card to close out this episode. Thank you guys for watching. If you do like this, leave a like, comment and subscribe. I do appreciate the love. Remember, we're trying to get to 1k subs, and we get an Alfa Romeo as our car. We're going to be using that next race. Maybe I'll do another one of these. But again, take care, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.